Counterpicks into counterpicks into counterpicks. Gaming Gladiators and Team Spirit. Game 2 is going to offer us a very unique draft setup. Team Spirit are going to go for the support Ember Spirit. Avery?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Instantly, you're just like, yep, I believe in it.
All I know is every time I play versus support Ember, I'm like, I'm going to trash on this hero, and he goes like 10-0. So I feel like Spirit is just going to win this game, based on my anecdotal experience alone.
Okay. Honestly, like, I've seen a number of support Ember Spirits. I feel like it's never really that bad. And they do have the Ember Mirana combo. Now it's in lane with each other.
Yeah, I legit think the support Ember transition here was a decent decision by Spirit because of who they're playing against too. Like when you're playing against gaming, these guys try and go for these lane matchups that they can abuse and just snowball off it. It's some real nerd ass shit. So if you can just disrupt that and get something you're still comfortable with, then I think you're in a decent spot strategically versus them. As long as the support matchups are also playable. That's the big question. Like, is this support Ember going to be playable versus the Enchantress? That's a tough one, but like I said, I've seen this support Ember do, it always does better than I expect. So I have high hopes.
We'll see how Tofu does because they picked a support Lion for him. They were talking about how all the 4 positions that he normally plays were kind of out of the pool.
Already got a heal out of Celery with the early chains point.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Ember's just a hard hero to trade with. He has decent armor, decent stats, 700 HP here with a Blood Grenade Fairy Fire. Chains is a pretty efficient spell for the damage on the mana cost. It's very viable. It's just a matter of can you get some early to mid-game action going so you don't fall behind on the support levels and get run over on the map. And I want to talk about the line, but something that's been happening is Celery, he did the boots buy because you don't see the very start of the game a lot of time.
Yeah.
Celery is buying boots on Enchantress, running out, you run the courier after, you put the boots back on the courier, run it back to base, sell it. Gets you out to mid lane a little faster. That resulted in Celery getting the obs on mid lane first, which scouted Spirits, which is why he got the D ward there, which is why he has an XP advantage going into this laning phase. Already almost level 2. I think more teams need to be aware of when this is happening and not just give up the free ward, because these wards, they matter a lot in terms of the support level advantage, especially if you're trying to run some of these weird picks like Ember to the Enchantress. Look, Celery's already level 2. Mira, he's not even half of level 1. These obs make a huge difference in terms of winning these little skirmishes, so
yeah, we might not be able to see the true power of the support Ember Spirit when you're already up against a level advantage. Dyrachyo and Celery do some good damage to Mira and a bit more to collapse. Go for the ultimate punish with the level 2 versus level 1 matchup.
This is a product of those little things going better for gaming. That's why they're a scary early game team. Still, these lane matchups should be favorable for Spirit over the long run. They have the Sniper versus the Huskguard, the Lifestealer versus the Underlord, Mirana versus a Bloodseeker. Should be fine. You're a ranged offlaner versus Bloodseeker. It's pretty much as good as you're going to get in terms of just not getting dunked on, as you've seen this hero demolish almost every lane he's going to. And then Techies should be able to get Yatoro through this lane. I feel like the panel is hating on Lion, but I actually like this hero's patch. I think we should see him more. I think he's pretty damn good.
Why? Okay, did you like this hero before the D patch?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I've just liked him since the big Frontiers came through. I'm not even sure I can 100% explain to you why. I've just been playing him a lot, and it just feels a lot better. His Earth Spike got buffed. It deals a lot more damage now. He has a pretty decent level 10 talent to buff it up more, so in these fights, you're throwing out a lot more spells. You're slightly tankier, and I think you just build stats on him now. I think that's one of the components people are sleeping on. This hero with stat buildup in the lane is just a strong laner. He actually doesn't lose to much with just spamming impales with the extra HP so you can't get all in level 1. And Earth Spike is a pretty efficient spell. Like, it's 105 damage now level 1 for 90 mana. Larger radius definitely helps. The Hex got extra cast range, which is huge for a single target instant stun. Whenever that happens in Dota, it's a big deal as well. And his stuns are still some of the stuns that last a long enough amount of time you feel good going in and initiating on top of them. Finger also got a cooldown reduction. Level 1, it's pretty big. Going down to 140 means you're actually getting maybe 4 or 5 fingers off instead of 2 or 3 in the early game. And it just feels better. Everything about this hero is starting to get up there. I'm not saying he's some first phase pick or anything, but I think we are going to see more of this hero, and he fulfills a pretty big gap in a lot of these lineups, which is just having instant lockdown. Like, you look at the rest of gaming's draft, that's all aura-centric. They have some pits, they have some roots, they have a rupture, but there's no real hard stun. Lion will always give you that.
Yeah, kind of like as long as his laning phase isn't totally trash, Lion is always going to be a decent hero because of that aspect, right?
Yeah, and that's how I feel. I also feel like because one of the biggest changes for the hero was the kills being worth more. The fact you can go around and get like 1 or 2 cheeky kills in the laning phase and get you to that finger and get the finger kill, and suddenly you have like 1,000 gold instead of where you would have had 400. And suddenly this one item you need online, like a Blink or an Aether, or just extra stats to get you through that early game is doable now, whereas before it felt impossible. Because this hero does not farm neutrals, he doesn't really shove waves too well. He relies on the kills. Okay. But I think that was honestly the biggest buff to the hero, is you feel a lot better getting the 1 or 2 kills, whereas before it was like, okay, I got a finger kill, now what the hell do I do?
You're kind of convincing me. You're selling me a little bit, yeah. I still have a problem with, 140 seconds is better than the, 160 it used to be? But it's still 140 goddamn seconds. If kills are worth so much, I want to get a kill more than once every 2 minutes, you know?
I think Earthspike dealing a little bit more, and it helps a bit. Blood Grenades help this hero a bit as well. You have some kill threat outside of just finger. So anyway, that whole discussion is I think this hero is a lot more viable than people are giving him credit for. And I would be delighted to see more Lion in the meta.
Mira does time the slight nicely. The arrow comes through, but Dyrachyo does manage to sidestep that one. Does enough damage. They do manage to get the kill. Dyrachyo is low, but collapsed. Missed one of the right clicks. He was hidden away into the trees.
Got fogged.
He did get fogged, and he threw out an arrow into a creep instead of the Bloodseeker.
He's still going for it, but he's getting kited out. Oh, that's Sparkball.
Oh, it's not enough. Celery's slow, but his heals are too much. And Game of Gladiators, okay, Miro comes back in. He does manage to get that.
Finally. Very nice. Very nice for him. Might have even worked out a little better for Spirit, because getting the extra levels on support Ember is a big deal. Boot's already up. Mira's not in too bad of a spot, all things considered. You're battling through a very tough lane in Bloodseeker and Enchantress. Like, there's not a lot that's going to win this lane for Spirit anyway. So if you can get something out of it and go even, and your other 2 lane matchups are confident and comfortable here, which they are for Spirit, top of the board, then you're in a pretty good spot in this early game. Again, I feel like for Spirit playing against Gaming, you don't want to go in the early game expecting to destroy them. You want to go into it and go even. Like, stop their momentum and aggression, and you're going to feel good. Nice little sacrifice.
Yeah, uses the enchant to run in front of the arrow. And Celery is looking good to survive here. Tofu's actually going to come in, hit the 2-man stun. Maposhka dead first, still going for the kill onto the Enchantress. They do manage to get that one, but it is a buffed up Dyrachyo. The other support dies. Can Dyrachyo use this momentum to get anything more? Doesn't look like it. The phase boots just clips him one more time. That's it.
Team Spirit's fighting really well in this offlane. Collapse joining these fights with the early Starstorm and just max stats build on Universal Mirana here. Triple branch, double circlet treads build up. A lot of extra right-click damage coming out from Mirana in the early game.
How is he only doing 77 damage? That kind of build-up.
Mirana has extremely low base damage. She's one of the lowest starting base damages in Dota, I think. It's like 42 or something. Ridiculously pitiful.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll do it.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is her stat gain okay? 3.8 damage per level?
Yeah, her stat gain has generally been okay. It's slightly worse now that you got changed to Universal because you have to balance it out. But I don't think that's ever been the problem with the hero. It's just her laning was always bad because she never had any base damage.
Yeah.
You can't trade any of these last hits. But stats will turn her into a normal hero with very powerful spells.
How's the mid lane matchup going, by the way?
Laurel is winning it. He's not crushing it, but he's winning it. And Rune Control will help secure Celery here with the Assassinate.
Dire are scanning.
Down goes Bambi.
I mean, Quinn has just gone to jungle as well. He's just doing Ancients and some large camp stacks that Gaming has set up for him. Choosing not to play into that Sniper, probably a wise move here, as this is generally just more efficient for Huskar anyway. And so now's a big question for Spirit. You went into this game 1, you got crushed on the lanes, and the game was just over. You're in game 2, you've pretty much won 3 lanes here versus Gaming with your matchups and your draft switcheroo. Now you have to transition into something start getting active between the sniper and the lifestealer, at which point does that occur? Because these are fairly static heroes. Outside of the Ember, maybe setting some stuff up for chains, it's a pretty slow and immobile draft from Team Spirit. You don't want to just get run around the map. You don't want to let the Huskar catch up.
Oh, he almost got him collapsed. He got the last hit on the creep, and now he gets the last hit on the hero. Dyrachyo stays alive ever so barely thanks to good old Thirst Healer.
Sustain on this lane. Really paid off for Gaming versus the Mirana and the Ember. Slight right-click spam. We'll get the tower mid off Laurel. That is the downside of going to the jungle for Quinn. He gets to maintain his level and gold, but he will lose some map control. Zarl takes full advantage of it and is very fat going that diffusal build. Some extra mana drain and control.
Something has gone wrong with Diffusal Blade.
What?
I mean, all these heroes are just like default building it now. I feel like that means that you went wrong somewhere with the item. Or it's just overhyped. Oh, stun comes in just in time, giving an opportunity for Laurel to be able to TP away. Great
Nice
timing, too,
sacrifice.
since Ace was TPing in.
Who can say what I will do with this power?
Fingers up for Tofu. So you know he wants to be looking for some big core kill now. Would not be surprised to see some early smoke action by Gaming in this early game just to go to the lanes and get some big core kills. Because their early objective taking isn't going to be as strong as they like with the Huskar having to play up into the sniper. The sniper tier 1 tower defense is formidable. So you kind of want to just play on the lanes, get some kills going, build some momentum that way while Ace continues to farm. Team Spirit looking for the same thing. We'll bring Yatoro in with the big Ghoul Frenzy.
Really good gank. Tofu does manage to get the return kill onto Collapse, the first finger kill of the game, and Mira's going to die too, as Quinn makes his first rotation outside of the jungle.
You starting to believe in this line a little bit more? Starting to look pretty good, isn't it?
No, he got one finger kill.
This is looking pretty good.
That always would happen. He always would get one finger kill. It could be a 300-second cooldown. He would still have that one kill.
Toro just puts the leash on Ace and walks the dog. A lot more XP for him. Puts that armlet to use. Both of Team Spirit's carries in a good spot. I mean, is there any other support that gets collapsed in that situation? No, I don't think
Skywrath
so.
Mage.
Is there any other support that gets collapsed in that
Techies.
situation? But is there any other support that does it and looks as stylish as Lion with the finger
Wait,
gun?
Lion looks stylish?
Bottom tower
This hero's
is under
badass hero, man. Look at him. Look at his face. Is there any other hero that snags collapse that fast as Quinn runs
Shadow
for his
Shaman?
life?
Run, Laurel, run!
Ooh, the Infest Bomb, literally.
The team coming in. Oh, that's a nice Earth Spike. Stuns up multiple heroes and helps Dyrachyo kite away. Mira's a little bit low, but he got the chains onto Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo maybe got a little bit too close there.
Ace just
Fortunately, he's got a lot of movement speed. Team Spirit, they caught too many heroes here. They're going to run down the Lifestealer. Tofu gets caught up. Oh, he doesn't have a TP, so you're surviving, but for what? Where are you going to go?
Through the gate.
Through the gate? Oh, push him away with Hurricane. Now he rages up. No infest. No.
Dire's top
What was Courier?
is
Oh, we
He
got
got
a
the TP.
Dire's courier.
He run it off, though. He has no rage now. I honestly think he's fine.
I mean, if he armlets, he'll
Take the bounty rune.
he'll lose the thirst vision.
Take the bounty rune.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Didn't go for the Chad play, but I still respect him walking that off. And look, all of a sudden after that fight, Tofu with multiple impales, hitting multiple heroes here. Shadow Shaman ain't doing that, my friend. Slows up Laurel, gets him stuck in the blood right. I do like the Infest Bomb. He gets
the
another
second
finger kill,
finger
and he
kill
finds
of the
Yatoro.
game.
After all of that, he could not get the rage off.
Radiant's bottom
Collapse
tower
ruptured again.
is under attack.
Not too happy about that one.
Yeah, I'll call it quits on a kill that could have been. Watch that one again.
Oh, it's just
Bam!
oh my god. Look at the range. Couldn't have done that some patches back. Tell you that, my friend.
That was impressive. He spiked out of the smoke to catch the Lifestealer.
I mean, that's the other thing about that radius change. It means your length is bigger.
Oh. The girth affects the length?
That's right, Cap.
Huh.
He's girthing it up. He's lengthening it up.
Damn.
That Earth Spike's going deeper and farther and faster. And now he has a blink.
Chain's done. He's going to get off the rage in the infest, though. He's going to come back, though, and gets caught in the pit for a second, just a small little second. Yatoro does burn out. He did not have a chance to be able to toggle too many dots. He was double burning, both from the Firestorm and the burning spears.
They'll find Celery on the other end, but that is a consolation prize for losing your carry in a tower. And Tofu is destroying this game, man. That is the extra gold from the kills that pushes Lion up to this early Blink Dagger, and suddenly he's a lot more viable. Huge threat on the map right now. You can just set everything up. Gaming can bring in. They have global ability with the pit here, or the gate, sorry, off the Underlord. So that means if Tofu finds anything, you're just gating heroes in, gives you the extra damage. Finger up again in 40.
That part is
scary.
I mean, that was one of those like Shadow Shaman plus IO lineups or Lion plus IO lineups. I could see that. The instant disable combined with the extra disable you have on top of that with global relocation. That's a really nice combo. And he's got another Finger of Death coming up in 15 seconds.
2 charges online. We're looking for another. It's already plus 80 damage.
And the more kills you can get with Finger of Death early game also boosts you faster to level 12, which cuts down your cooldown even more.
Yeah, then you're feeling really good.
Then
90 seconds.
More kills, and next thing you know, you're level 18 and throwing Finger of Death around. Finger guns to everybody. Like Spider-Man 3, finger guns.
No, not going to indulge that meme.
What's-a? What, you got me all excited about Lion? Now you're going to shut down finger guns?
It's because you're trying to disgrace an elegant hero with your debauchery.
Elegant. That is
Lion is a
about
refined
that face.
hero.
Nothing about that face is
This
elegant.
is a hero for refined gentlemen, for cultured Dota players who appreciate the artistic value of simple spells. You know, an Earth Spike, a Hex. Man, they're all straightforward. They don't need explanation. I don't need to read some 1,000-word essay on what some Void Spirit interactions do relative to 8 different spell immunities and bullshit. No, you just stun a hero.
Centaur Soviet-era
You
technology.
stun a hero. Well,
Is Lion the exact same?
No. Lion is an ICBM missile that has been upgraded with time. Centaur is a relic of the past who deserves to be left in the cobwebs in the trash.
So one is a relic of the past and the other is a classic.
Yeah, that's how life works. You know, people make music albums. Some of them become classics. Some of them become trash.
Okay.
Time and culture determine which is which. And in this case, me, because no one else has a mic. So I have determined.
I've got a mic.
Yeah, but you are also not culturally refined enough to make these determinations. And whatever, people like watching Lion. No one likes watching Centaur. It's that simple. Don't know me.
There's
You like
tens
watching
of us
it.
out there.
This hero is so fun. Some of the greatest Dota players of all time have been Lion mains. Kaka, FY,
Name one outside of China.
MMY, Peter Pan Dam. There's one outside.
Okay.
He was actually a Lion main.
Blink Hex.
Ooh, that Hex.
He didn't see that one coming apparently, but Yatoro still... No, okay, never mind. He still dies.
Nothing to infest. Couldn't get in time.
Yeah, all the creeps died to the
Now
Firestorm.
Laurel's going to try and turn it around. They really want Dyrachyo. He has been elusive.
They gotta get him. They gotta get him. Earth Spike midway through, but they do manage to land the stun. Now the Rod of Atos, the assassinate as
Arrow
well.
missed.
Collapse looking for the angle to hit an arrow, but no, he just goes in with a Starstorm. Now he's gonna be hexed up though. The impetus is just going to work. You gotta beware of the Celery Enchantress. Moonlight Shadow. Oh, the Firestorm gets him in the end.
Laurel's going ham. Huskar has finished 8. Roshan during all of this, by the way, as Quinn picks up an Aegis.
He's trying to get out.
Wondering
Don't
where
let
he
him go
was.
through that gate.
Oh, he got him.
Wait,
On the other side.
Wait, how?
Laurel sniped him across the map.
Well, he brought Quinn in, so Quinn, he's able to get revenge and kills the sniper.
Nice heads-up play from Ace to bring Quinn in after that Roshan. I think if it happened sooner, Gaming might have been able to just completely turn that fight. But Laurel will finish him off. The Quack You cannot stop the Quack from following you across time and space here.
He died in the same frame? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he died, but he got through the gate, so that is life. Collapse, very aggressive with this Atos going in after the arrow miss. And Tofu decided to try and impale somebody else instead of Collapse, which made his team chase more here. Ends up getting the kill, but then you're just stuck battling this sniper with no real answer.
I mean, great heads-up play for Ace to throw the gate onto Quinn. So Quinn comes through.
Sees his corpse, is like, don't worry, brother, I'll avenge you. He gets straight on top of Laurel.
He literally just steps over Ace's corpse to get through the gate.
Pretty big fight for Gaming, especially considering they're doing Roshan that entire time. I do not think Team Spirit expected that to be happening at all. And it'll bump up Gaming's early Roshan percentage by another margin here. Vessel completed for Mira, though. He's had a pretty solid game on this support Ember. I think this is about where you expect him to be outside of if you just had some crazy snowball action go. But Vessel's going to be very valuable. He'll verse the Huskar, verse the Bloodseeker, Enchantress. It's going to make him pretty damn tanky as well, just going in with max light and chains already up. But Team Spirit are really looking for this teamfight connection between Yatoro and Laurel. That's what they really want. For the Lifestealer and the Sniper to be hitting at the same time and helping each other out. That has just not happened yet, as Gaming have consistently caught Team Spirit off guard. Part of that is the early blink Tofu picked up, just being able to find the jumps. But another part of it is just desynchronization here. Probably still waking up after game one.
It's magic damage. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. The Vessel is helping, but the heal starts going off, and now one finger down. Techies is going to die as well. Tofu, does that push him to level 12? Almost.
Just about. That'll be a level 1 finger, but when you get a 4th charge this early in the game and you got Philosopher Stone running, he's living the lion dream.
He's feeling very, very good, yeah. Oh, look.
Nice illusion.
An illusion that's going to deny Wisdom Rune.
Very cheeky. Very, very cheeky.
I like this. Wisdom Rune should be undeniable.
I agree.
Structures are fortified.
Much like my appreciation for you, Avery. Undeniable.
Should be undeniable, but isn't. That's what you're saying. That'll be level 12 for Tofu. So those fingers gonna start heating up.
Oh, the first infest bomb. We haven't seen that yet. They killed Dyrachyo very, very quickly. So despite the Huskar still being a big threat, Bloodseeker has fallen a bit by the wayside, I would say, and is going to continue to do so until he gets BKB, I guess.
Another chains up in 3. Team Spirit gonna try and force a response. They will get an underlord teleport and say that's good enough. Yatoro heads straight bottom to farm out this entire wave waiting for him.
Farm.
Deny a tower and maybe just take that tier 1. It's going to be a very efficient move from him if nobody contests. And Gaming are just smoking straight into Spirit as a result of showing that Lifestealer bottom. Blink on Quinn, by the way. He just wants to get in there and take some names straight onto Mira. Not who he's looking for, though. Doesn't have the lockdown, but they will find Maposhka off that impale. Start hitting a tier 1 of their own as Yatoro has to back off of bottom. Not confident enough to push into that tower.
Oh, he's going to go back to it now, I think. Because Gaming Gladiators have 45 seconds left on the Aegis. Probably want to take as much as you can here.
Spirit will look at Dyrachyo again, but he has BKB finish, so now he's not as straightforward to kill.
Ooh, he infests into the range creep and runs away with it.
Wisely, too. That setup was coming. And this setup is just instant. You have to do this. You have to play this cautiously because the Blink Hex, you're just gone.
And soon it's going to be a Blink Hex into an Aghanim Scepter, I assume. Though Quinn is going to get a Boots of Travel first. Collapse TP away. Very smart.
So Team Spirit are successfully dodging this Aegis period. Something we've seen them do pretty well over the course of this tournament.
Now, this is a Spirit game that I feel like they can bounce back from really well.
Yeah,
you know?
They're not even that far behind, honestly. It's just support net worth here. But support net worth, when your supports are janky, is not always the biggest deal. So Yatoro will start laying into the big body of Ace here.
Golly gee, that damage is pitiful. But it'll get there eventually.
There's no help in sight.
Quinn's like, you can call me anytime, brother. I'll be there for you.
Well, he couldn't because he didn't have gate up.
Well, maybe you should get a refresher.
Now he has bots, so he fixed his own problem. Call my own damn Uber. That Ags on Huskar is going to be big power spike for gaming. That is what they're waiting for. Just a chain lockdown off the line initiation. Gives them another stun, which their lineup's a little lacking. Suddenly the Ember becomes a solo pickoff for Quinn. Pretty big deal in these fights as well, as Mira has proved to be too slippery for Quinn to stick on.
Yeah. Lockdown against the Lifestealer. You both need it.
That's where Moonlight Shadow is going to become more and more important for Team Spirit in terms of taking these engagements and keeping their sniper alive and keeping Yatoro from being the one getting jumped on. Really want to abuse the vision in this game. Make sure your cores create the right fight dynamic in terms of spacing. Any survivability Team Spirit get is going to feel great in this game. So I think that's all they have to do. Keep their cores alive. I feel like you'll win the fight eventually with Sniper pew-pewing these melee cores for gaming down. I count Husker as a melee core, of course.
Hey, it basically is. Oh, nice use. Stops the blast off away. Maposhka got to be ruptured as well, so he'll die. He'll get some damage on Dyrachyo before he goes.
Noble sacrifice for Yatoro bottom, but they're instantly setting up.
Oh, Yatoro's going to be gone. Hex first. Earth Spike afterwards, Finger, and bye-bye Lifestealer.
And now you can go back through the gate if you're gaming.
Yep.
This Underlord making all these moves free and efficient. That was what Yatoro was afraid about earlier. Tofu instantly locking him down, gets another finger charge. Instantly looking for more. And they found him. Mira in trouble. And he's gone.
Yeah, he had a Remnant already left up farther up. Now, Quinn had to protect his own life with the BKB. Dyrachyo just went... Dyrachyo just went insane, is what happened there.
He vastly overestimated his strength into the BKB that got delivered for Laurel. And Ace wondering where his carry went. Well, he went back to the fountain, sir. You cannot gate to the underworld here.
Huh.
That's a big kill to give up.
Yeah.
When you're snowballing the map like that, you have hero advantage. You're giving 1,000 gold, giving a huge kill to Laurel, who was having issues getting involved in this game.
And it wouldn't be the first time we've seen Dyrachyo give up kills like that.
I was like, hey, that wasn't a fair fight, guys. I mean, I asked for the one-on-one. You brought in the support. What do you want me to do?
What do you think's going on there? Because Dyrachyo is having some rough games.
It's just the nature of how he plays. He's a hyper-aggressive carry. It can win you games. It can lose you games. It can look great. It can look trash. Very volatile, as Spirit will send some volatility gaming's way. Try and pick off Celery. Yatoro's gonna have to commit the rage. He's getting 4-staff kited.
This Enchantress is so annoying, man. The fact that he puts so much damage out in these team fights and takes that long to kill.
Still, it's a free kill for Spirit and another Deso charge for Yatoro, and they're looking towards this Roshan. Gaming are just feeding some big kills away. These are large death timers. A lot of time to set up vision, set up mines.
Oh, they got the arrow on him.
Oh, they found the lion.
2 different wards to be able to spot him out. The last off onto 2. Dyrachyo down to half health. Wanted to be able to turn around on Yatoro. Now has to run away from the sniper as the Infest bomb is going to be able to catch up to him. Dyrachyo stuck in a corner. He can't get away.
Infest kiting out this Rupture, and Gaming don't have the lockdown. Even the arrow lands. They don't have the lockdown to sustain these fights. They don't have the Huskar Ags yet. The timings are just all off for Gaming. They're giving up support pickoffs to start the fights. If you ever find the lion, that is the dream here for Team Spirit. You just take all of their control, all their sustained control, especially out of the engagement. And that is just a free-for-all. I mean, you have a Rupture, but you have Infest, you have kiting mechanisms. Mira, the vehicle for his carry. Yatoro is getting a lot done in these fights, man. Just don't have an answer for the Ghoul running in and beating on him.
And soon he's going to have AC, so it's going to be tougher and tougher and tougher for the Bloodseeker and the Huskar to challenge him in these fights.
A Bloodseeker traditionally wants Basher to be able to challenge the Lifesteal in these engagements, plus kind of your 4th item territory. Then this matchup can become okay, but Dyrachyo has fallen very far behind. He did pick up the shard, but he's just sitting on BKB Maelstrom. That is not good enough right now to be able to take the man fights versus Yatoro, versus Laurel, who he's probably going to get pew-pewed on by for a decent portion of that fight. Was
pew-pewed on?
That was not how... It did not sound that bad in my mind.
Do not phrase it that way ever again.
I think that will be an appreciated phrase in the chat. I mean, we all know what I meant. We all know what I meant here. Is gaming going to smoke up?
With the Moonlight Shadow for Team Spirit. Allows them to get a little bit closer, a little bit more vision. They do have the Sentry out, and they're going to jump onto Yatoro, but Yatoro is a very tough kill to be able to get.
Needs an
infest. He jumped in, collapse! Leaping to the rescue!
The savior!
What a save from Collapse, and now they're going to be able to kite out these heroes.
No
and
BKB
Yatoro,
for Quinn.
He's healing up over time. Yeah, they're getting quacked. They need to be able to deal with Laurel. They need to be able to close that gap, but Yatoro's back into play now.
You can't run.
He finished off Quinn. They jump for it. Maposhka, okay, they're just picking off supports, but that's all they can get at this point. Laurel, and they missed out on the kill on Yatoro. Those two are the big danger zones. Those two are the ones who are going to win you the fight.
I can't believe Yatoro gets out of there. The finger damage was not enough. He must have wanded up or gotten Lotused or something. I mean, he's so far too. I don't even know if he realizes he's this far. He's like, oh wait, I'm dying.
He infested. I think he infested before the finger reached him.
He has the finger buff on him though, which means he got hit by it. But I guess there is a frame the buff gets placed on you, but you don't take the damage. That's crazy if that's what happened.
Crap.
That was very close. I mean, you'd have to go into the logs to see if it actually hit him. I genuinely can't tell. He might have just sticked up and arm was toggled or something.
He has so many stacks. Surely. I mean, he's doing like, what, 925 damage with that?
Yeah,
there's no amount of wanding and armlet toggling.
I mean, I'm going to assume he just
that.
dodged it with the infest, and that is just a clutch play from Collapse to get in there in time, right?
Yeah. Is a 0.25 delay before the damage supplied after the spell is cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can get the debuff on him and not deal the damage. There is always that frame you can hit to dodge it, and Yatoro pulls it off, and now Laurel in no man's land. They're doing a Tormentor right now. They were just a bad Cordes in this game, but a nice pickoff from Gaming to find him there and not lose momentum during this Aegis period. Remember, you still had this Huskar Ags online. That's why Quinn went in there, taunted the Lifestealer in. Maybe part of why he ended up getting dragged so deep, but you got to be wary.
What? I'm trying to think. I'm getting a bit of deja vu here. Was it Team Spirit? Yeah, it was. Team Spirit last series, they were winning these team fights, but they kept on giving away these like random free kills. Right?
I don't think so.
I mean, somebody was in that last series.
You're just getting
Team
old,
Spirit.
my
One
friend.
Team Spirit and 9 pandas.
You're just imagining series in your sleep.
Maybe this. Don't do this to me.
You're going to be 90 years old in the nursing home muttering things about Yatoro and Doraccio deaths.
The glacier.
Just take your meds, son.
There used to be these things called glaciers. You don't understand.
I think there have been some bad Cordes in this game, though, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's costing both teams a little bit. But Spirit, in classic Team Spirit fashion, after getting destroyed Game 1, have brought Game 2 back into a pretty decent position for them. As you can't help but feel like they are outscaling Gaming here with the Sniper and the Lifestealer to back them up with some Infest extra HP. There's not a lot of gap close on the Gaming side. Now, if they find Laurel at the start of the fights off the Blink Lion, the Blink Huskar, then you're looking at a pretty good engagement. But that's a big question. Are you going to find Laurel when he has Moonlight Shadow to back him up, a Lifestealer that can go in first, an Infest that can potentially save him, and he has a Shadow Blade of his own? This Sniper is a ninja.
Well, Quinn's going to try with his Blink Dagger. Popping out. He's got a negative scepter on Celery. Shows how much he's been farming and trying to carry Gaming Gladiators.
Another Rupture on Yatoro, but no cares. He's going Ags, by the way.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Just so he has an Infest opportunity.
I mean, the disarm is nice. Bloodseeker Huskar, good heroes to jump in and disarm.
Yeah.
I also think the cooldown reduction is something that's underestimated on this Ags. Like 20-second infest cooldown is pretty damn nice from this game because he can always infest the Rupture, come out, and then maybe get another one off in the fight to save his sniper or just dodge another spell. Like these infests have been very annoying for gaming, so I actually don't mind the Ags here. I think it's pretty cool. Makes a lot of sense.
All I can think about it is just like, don't you just want more damage?
I mean, this is a form of damage, right? You hop in the Huskar. There's nothing you can do. It's a bit safer than trying to man up against the Huskar with your rage running out. I guess the alternative here was Yotoro could go BKB or Scotty or something and try and tank up through just raw HP or more spell immunity.
But yeah, he could have gone to BKB that a lot of people like to go, right? So you rage, BKB, rage again.
I think that's a fine option in this game as well. If he thinks he can man fight the Huskar and the Bloodseeker. Maybe he feels like the Basher coming out eventually on Dyrachyo will skew that a little bit. Dyrachyo's going his own Ags here.
It might have to do with the Rupture as well, right? Like you were talking about.
Yeah,
like the rage, BKB rage doesn't work very well if you're just...
Yeah, BKB does not sound great here because it doesn't stop that. He's going to have to infest during the Rupture anyway if the Rupture is consistently going on him, which it is. I kind of like the Ags, and it is finished here, so it's pretty damn fast. This might catch gaming off guard. And another quick smoke by them to try and cross the map and catch any stragglers. Will gaming get caught? Dyrachyo.
Not again. Oh, they
saw his courier run in.
Saw his courier, so they Moonlight Shadow. They're going to start moving in.
He has BKB, though, so you have to start on him.
Oh.
Or do you?
God!
Oh my lord.
Damage!
He just has no armor. The Deso puts him down to, what, 10 armor here? 6 armor. Oh, he got rid of the other orb, so he gets down to 12 armor. And that is just nothing for a sniper and a lifestealer pounding into you here.
Yikes.
I mean, Laurel's hitting hard, man. He finished a Silver Edge. He has Quiver on top of it.
Oh, look, they're going to use the sniper as a delivery mechanism, but he missed the Silver Edge hit on the Enchantress.
What?
And now Laurel gets the B. Okay, Quinn may have just killed himself. It's going to be close call, but yeah, Laurel did manage to do the damage in time. The cheese goes off onto Laurel, so he's going to be okay. Celery bumping himself back. Hurricane Pike pushing him farther.
This game is just chock full of questionable core decisions.
Yeah.
I feel like every player can we go to is someone making an exasperated emotion. Like, oh, I messed that. How can both teams be mad about some of their gameplay? Tells you the clumsiness of this game too, but Spirit's still coming out on top. The sacrifice from Quinn yields nothing. And Yotoro finishes up a Sol Kuros. So now you're looking at minus 11 armor. Going into these gaming heroes that do not have a lot to buff up their own outside of Ace, who has the Crimson and the AC and the Greaves, but he hasn't been in a lot of these trades, right?
Yeah.
It's just Spirit finding a solo Bloodseeker, finding that Huskar. Quinn did finish Shiva's as well. I don't know if he had it for that exchange. He looked really squishy. But it feels like the single target physical burst from Spirit is just out of control. Vlad's on top of Maposhka as well as a Solar Crest, by the way. They have identified their win condition and are playing towards it here. And the siege has begun. The shrapnel pew-pew into your base. What's stopping it? You have no gap close. You have no Huskar. He's so far back. This is just unfair.
Missed the arrow. Not that it matters. They're not focused on kills. They're focused on buildings. They're going to try and get an initiation on the side as they try and escape. Almost so close to being able to catch somebody, but it looks like everybody of Team Spirit is out in time. All right, Aghanim Scepter for Dyrachyo. How much can this change?
It's nice, but it's not amazing this game, right?
Yeah, there's no way he's just like out man-fighting the Lifestealer because of that.
I think you'd much rather have had Abyssal +1. Abyssal Scotty, Abyssal AC if Haste didn't want to be the one going in here. I mean, he does have the level 20 talent for the spell Lifesteal. This is kind of when this Ags really pays off. So he has the kick going. He will heal a decent amount. It will be a significant amount of magical burst going into Team Spirit's cores.
It does not pierce debuff immunity. So
True.
that Blood Mist isn't even doing anything to a raged Lifestealer.
He still takes some damage.
Yeah.
The thing is, Team Spirit have been finding the openings with the Infest bombs, which is another issue that Gaming have yet to address, is what happens when Yatoro just jumps in on you from an Ember Spirit or the Invis Laurel initiation.
Yeah, that's a weird one, but they made it work last time. They have no saves on the side of Gaming Gladiators.
And this Silver Edge is really potent from Laurel. You break the Huskar, you break the Bloodseeker, even breaking the Underlord, getting rid of Atrophy Aura. They're really good targets to start on with this.
They have the scan. They're going to smoke to it. They're going to wrap around to see if they can get on the high ground here behind Team Spirit.
So if we're going to place an Ob and jump.
Oh, they're just
Couldn't
leaping
get
out
the
too.
angle.
This is the perfect time. The arrow goes out. Oh, leap, leap, leap. Collapse reacts so quickly. Once again, Team Spirit.
What?
How did they get out of that again?
I mean, you know what that was, right? It was Tofu trying to obs up the high ground, but he was slightly out of range. The thing is, he has Aether Lens, so I feel like that should have been guaranteed. I think he should have just placed it on the camp. Maybe he didn't want to block the camp, but that is like irrelevant. Either way, they don't get that obs out. There's no jump. Team Spirit all get out, and this is the Roshan spawn.
Oh, yeah. Imagine if they'd gotten 1 or 2 pickoffs there. Successful team fight straight into Roshan. Gaming Gladiators have a game to work with again. Instead, it feels like the end is nigh as Aegis, Cheese. Was that a refresher shard too? On 3rd Roshan already?
Refresher will stick on to Laurel here. Double BKB. So they give the Aegis to Yatoro, finishes up a Crystallis, but he can't use it yet, and has Penta Edge Sword. So he hits very hard, very fast. And I fully expect Spirit to do one of 2 things. That's either siege with the sniper or look for the jump with the Infest. Koshko will get caught and quickly fingered.
And the finger is enough to finish him off.
Quinn's broken.
He's got to get out of here. That double damage isn't going to do you any good while you're broken. Maybe
Laurel
Laurel
really
actually
deep,
out of
though.
position. They do have the backup, though. Yatoro in from the side. Quinn trying to
Can't find him.
and he does manage to duck away into the trees. Now he jumps in. Oh, he taunts him back in. Quinn is trying to get the kill out of Yatoro as well, and he managed to get the debuff on him. So now that means Yatoro's going to lose his first life.
And they have an Impale waiting for him.
He's going to come back in to potential chain stunts. No, the Rage TP out, but there's it is again. Quinn with the taunt, then blinks away before he can get swiped.
What a team fight from Gaming, and what a misstep from Team Spirit, not respecting this high ground ward. And Laurel's just going in the whole time he's going in. Where the hell was the Infest bomb?
I don't know. He saw a Quinn that was super low. You kind of, and it was Infest bombed onto the Ember Spirit, right? You figure Ember would be able to get there.
I feel like a lot of fights looking like, oh, what the hell is Laurel doing? But I feel like Laurel actually had a decent opening there where he breaks the Huskar, and if the Infest jump comes in, I think Quinn's just dead.
Yeah.
So the synchronization for Spirit completely off in that fight. And that Aegis advantage thrown in the trash as Gaming run down mid and are going to get at least a Rax off this, maybe more. 50 seconds with no Yatoro. He has no buyback. Gaming smell blood.
Oh,
they want
they're
more.
about to just start snowballing this one. Mira doesn't actually die, though. He's okay. Maposhka pushed away by the Hurricane Flying. The shots raining in. Taste the rainbow.
Oh, he tasted it. He did not like it. Collapse is pretty far, but it doesn't feel like his damage has been impactful in these fights either. I go to like, where's this Mirana?
What a weird turn of events.
I mean, Celery is yoked.
Dude, they got it. Ban Enchantress against Gaming Gladiators.
It's so scary, man. I feel like he is for sure a bigger threat than Collapse here. An Abyssal Blade done for the Abyssal Lord. He lost it in the lore, but he found it in the game.
We almost have level 25 on Quinn, and he just picked up an overwhelming blink, so his initiations are all the scarier. And, I mean, either one of these talents are super terrifying, actually. Burning Spear's pure damage against a Raged Lifestealer, or the 20% life break damage.
That is a tough call.
Life break damage combined with the Finger of Death, I mean, that burst damage isn't.
Yeah, I think he'll probably take the life break here just because he's also been playing the fights by ulting in, then blinking out, dragging people back, not necessarily committing his hero. It's one of the more annoying playstyles you can do with this hero.
He took the pure damage.
Oh, all right. I mean, that is a very strong talent as well. There are no downsides here for the late game Huskar. Daedalus completed for Yatoro, so more single target physical burst here, but you have to line it up. Spirit cannot get split on targets, and they need the Lifestealer and the Sniper to be hitting together. Synchronization is key to victory here for both teams. Gaming do not want to jump the Ember. They know he can potentially have buyback as well. Looking for the big damage cores. And the Bashers have come through, right? The Basher's done on Dyrachyo and that Abyssal on Ace. Suddenly, the rage control significantly better than it was before. Yeah, Toro is not guaranteed a free man fight in these engagements anymore. Especially with Celery being the artillery support.
Smoking across. Tier 2 is still up for Team Spirit, so if they get into a team fight around here, buybacks are super deadly.
Maposhka showing mid right now, trying to make the smoke work. They're going to find Ace, they're going to break him, but the rest of the jump is not close.
Yeah, hard kill. Tofu helps get the Underlord back a little bit. Mira's going to be spotted by Dyrachyo.
It cost him a decent amount, and they were not infested there. I feel like Yatoro wants to use this Ag's infest on the Huskar, but he also can't get the gap close unless he's infested at the start.
Yeah, and 20 seconds is still a really long time for your next infest.
He kind of has to pick his poison. Team Spirit are trying to just kind of Moonlight Shadow walk their way into these fights, but Gaming are not giving it to them. For good reason. They're continuing to scale, and the Bloodseeker is caught up in this game. I mean, you have a fourth core in the Enchantress. Spoink has paid off as he has out-farmed Collapse here going into the late game. Almost level 25.
Yeah, if he gets that impetus damage talent, oh man.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That is going to be a problem.
He is already a problem. That is going to be a bigger problem. Tofu in the back.
All the side lanes pushed in. Tofu looking to catch something.
Oh, that's a great ward.
Drops a ward.
He got spotted.
But he got spotted by the Gleipnir. 4 staff away. The arrow's going to miss, but he's still dead. Question is the team going to take advantage of this?
Yatoro inside Ace.
Inside of the Underlord.
Yatoro's
going to be in a bit of an awkward position. Abyssal Blade, the damage just comes raining in. Combined with the control up for the Huskar and the impetus damage that comes raining in, they lose their carry, just have to give up on this.
Every man for themselves.
Both the supports are going to die, but Laurel and Collapse both managed to get out in time. A very curious choice to infest inside of the Underlord.
That is the last person you want to infest in this game.
Yeah.
He is the tankiest. He also is not the biggest right-click threat, and he's not the threat that's going to be waiting for you when you come back out. That's the Huskar. That's the Bloodseeker here. Shredded Yatoro post-infest. You also kind of need this infest in the middle of the fight, I feel, unless you're killing the Huskar with it.
Yeah.
Which has just not happened. Quinn is playing the outskirts of these fights, waiting for his opportunity to go in. That'll be a gem taken away from Spirit, and they're going to cause more economic damage with the buybacks and another Rax threat. Yatoro does not have one here. This is a 4v5. How much
get those buybacks out of them and a second lane. That's going to be such a massive lead for Gaming Gladiators.
Just too many carries on Gaming side.
Will.
You literally have 4 carries here, man.
Tanking the arrow, bodyguarding, and making sure that everybody gets out. Ace sits on the front lines. Butterfly soon for Dyrachyo, almost level 25 as well. Team Spirit missed their mark. They had a huge window.
They really missed it. It goes back to that high ground hill ward that Maposhka died on in that fight. Did not go their way at all. They just messed it up. Gaming have never looked back here as Dyrachyo will hit level 25. Very powerful talent for him with the multiple ruptures. Now those infests not even going to save you in the long fights. And a butterfly. There is no pierce in sight for Team Spirit here. Celery also did hit that 25. So the damage ramp for him is fully online.
Yeah, they got to catch him.
Scotty, this is out of control. Somebody stop this Enchantress.
He's going to have like 4,000 HP and untouchable.
They're going to find him.
Into him.
Can
They
you
got
do
to
anything
kill this
to
guy.
it?
Uh-oh, Ace. He
Yeah, Toro doesn't even want to come out.
Again. They want to make sure that, yeah, they're going to keep this Enchantress alive. He is so important
Oh,
here.
Quinn's in trouble.
Push away, Quinn. He's going to be in trouble. The arrow spotted him for a second. The BKB was still up, collapse committing, but his damage is not quite good enough, and now he has to leave. The impetuses are a little bit too fierce, and Yotaro fighting for his life. No more infest.
He's winning the fight.
But it does look like he's going to be able to
How
win
is he winning
He's
it?
out healing this one. Now he managed to get the stun in. Celery is laying the damage.
What is
in, but
happening?
It's not quite good enough. Ace dying, almost the arrow coming through, and finally a mine blows him up. They do manage to finally finish up Yotaro, but the damage from Laurel is now cutting in through the other side. Yotaro did enough.
How was he winning that man fight? I refuse to believe that Yotaro was doing that alone. It had to be...
He got tasered. I think he got
Disarm.
tasered from the techies, and a lot of the right-click damage from those two heroes didn't come in.
He killed him so hard, the death summary's bugged. I can't even see, but we're going to watch it again. Laurel just manning up point blank, taking that man fight. And this is the big question. I feel like Yotaro was just going to go down here for sure, but you're right, that AoE disarm bought him so much time. And then Quinn has to commit onto Laurel. Laurel has buyback. Suddenly Quinn is getting pelted by collapse. Just goes down. This Mirana coming alive finally in this game. And that is a huge fight for Team Spirit to win. They got a Roshan that they had no business getting. Absolutely no business, as 20k gold lead was what Gaming pushed it up to. It'll get pushed back down. It's another refresher shard. Probably not what Spirit want here, as they don't have a lineup that can use it too well.
No.
Though maybe giving one to collapse for a second Rage or Infest would be pretty damn nice.
You gotta feel for Celery and Tofu in this game, though. They're like, guys, how is this game not over yet?
Yeah, how are we not won?
He's got 9 finger of death charges on Tofu. Celery is outputting more damage than his cores in these team fights.
The level 25s are coming out, and that's MKB for Laurel. Very big pickup here to pierce that evasion. He was thinking about Divine. If that was the old Divine, you know he would have gobbled it up, but instead he'll have to settle for MKB. He does have the shrapnel charges as well. A lot of very powerful level 25 talents in this game. He now has, what is this? 9 total shrapnel charges at the max? That is a lot of AoE, a lot of vision, a lot of slow. You just get stuck in these late fights because your BKBs go down.
9 shrapnels.
Extra rage duration will be Yotoro's. He needs every little bit he can get here.
That Infest served really nicely, combined with the Taser, to be able to delay the BKB usage of the Bloodseeker. Like, most of the BKB was useless because he was just infested inside the Bloodseeker for that entire time.
That is the one upside of the aggressive Infest. It's not doing any damage, but it's buying time. And there's no other target Yotaro can really go into when he's just getting chunked on by these 3 gaming cores. So at least then you're stalling the fight for your Sniper and Mirana to maybe carry it with the backline damage, which is starting to heat up. It was looking a bit sketchier, but in Collapse, he has Mindbreaker, he has a Moon Shard. Mirana is starting to hit damn hard, and he is going to be infested here as perhaps Moonlight Shadow on top of a smoke. Team Spirit are just going to try and jam the damage straight into Gaming with the 2 lives on Laurel.
Let's see who they can get on top of first.
Also, multi-shot arrow. A big deal when you're scouting the start of these engagements.
Yeah, multi-shot arrow and the shrapnels. There's a lot of ways to get vision here.
They have a pretty good angle.
Spot some of these heroes. Stellar is going to be the first target. They get the Hex up, but he's already dead. The Silver Edge made that pretty easy. Meanwhile, Quinn goes for the initiation onto the techies. The man fight. Yotaro,
he's not winning it.
He can't win that one because he used the offense to be able to start the fight this time around. Didn't have it to be able to bail him out. Now Laurel, he's going to have to do the carrying without Yotaro, at least for a little while. He's going to die. That's going to be his first life. Second life coming in from Yotaro. He's going to go straight in for the Underlord. He's going to die first. Duraccio, he's disarmed. He's chained up. Now he's infested. Now he's going to get popped. Ace can't get here in time. His gate's going to be too late, but they are buying back more. And the Bloodseeker on his second life is going to be here.
He needs help.
Onto Yotaro. Yotaro needs to be able to get away from this one. Collapse. He'll kill Quinn in turn.
But he has
a buyback as well. And Yotaro does not. Laurel does not. They have no more lives left to give. And that means Gaming Gladiators can go end it.
Is under attack.
Who has buy here for Team Spirit? Collapse has one, but the other 2 cores do not. And there's none on the techies. There is no way Collapse is holding this alone. 5 buybacks for Gaming there is just going to force the Game 2 victory, as Team Spirit do not have enough lives to fight through the manpower in the late game triple melee lineup with the Huskar being pseudo melee.